Hello YouTube, my name is Nero. Today we have some more Call of Duty World War II. Welcome back to the beta, ladies and gentlemen. Today I thought I would take the time to answer a question that I get pretty frequently here on the channel. Nero, how haven't you quit playing Call of Duty? How are you still interested in the Call of Duty franchise? Of course, the people asking these questions are people who have either quit the franchise, or they're bored of it, or they're currently burnt out on the game, and they're looking at me wondering, how is this guy still playing Call of Duty? How is he still making videos of Call of Duty? He's been doing it forever, right? For those that don't know, I started my channel here, it was in, 2011? I've been making Call of Duty videos ever since, and I've been playing the franchise ever since 2007. What keeps me playing? Why am I still interested in this franchise? Bottom line, guys, it comes down to the fundamental values of what makes a Call of Duty game, right? We have the guns, and we have the maps, and we have the kill streaks, and the prestige system, everything that kind of goes into the Call of Duty multiplayer. I love that formula. And I think a lot of other people love the formula as well, because COD, despite people acting like it's a dead game, is wildly popular every single year, despite all the competition coming from Battlefield, and Destiny, and Titanfall, and Overwatch, and all the other shooter games out there. COD is still relevant, and the reason why is the Call of Duty formula, in my opinion, is a winning formula. There is no better FPS game out there that is as good at pick up and play as Call of Duty. You can hop on, play for 10 minutes, have a blast, level up, progress, then hop right back off. And I love that about the Call of Duty series, and it also sort of ties into my childhood a little bit. Now, I've told this story several times in the past, so I do want to do it kind of in fast forward here, but growing up, I didn't really have a ton of money. I think that's a pretty common story here on YouTube that you hear from a lot of people, and as such, I didn't have a ton of games. Like, even to get a game console, I remember the Sega Genesis. I had to meet my parents halfway. They really did teach me the value of $1. They gave me a $5 a week allowance that I had to work for. I had to do a bunch of chores to get that. And then, of course, I could make some extra money by working on my uncle's farm, or raking leaves, or doing stuff like that. And I would essentially have to meet them halfway when it came to buying anything big, right? Like, whether that was a Sega Genesis, or a PlayStation 1, or a PlayStation 2, I always had to save the money myself to get those things. And as such, I didn't have a ton of games growing up, and so the games I did have, I had to get very invested in, and those games were the Medal of Honor games. I loved the Medal of Honor games. If you guys never played Medal of Honor Rising Sun, the intro to that game is incredible. You literally wake up as Pearl Harbor is happening. You're there at Pearl Harbor on a ship. You wake up as you're being attacked. You have to go to the top floor, start shooting down planes. It's one of the best introductions to any game that I've ever actually seen. I also played a bunch of Medal of Honor European Assault. There were other games like the wrestling games and Tony Hawk games and Pokemon and stuff like that growing up, but I did play a lot of the Medal of Honor games. And then one fateful day, I go over to my cousin's house, and he now has an Xbox 360, which was very odd. Keep in mind, my cousin and I were like brothers my entire life, right? Even to this day. And we'd always played on the PlayStation together. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, we'd go over to each other's houses, and we'd play games on our PlayStations. We were always PlayStation guys. Until one day I go over, he's playing on the 360. And I was like, what in the heck's happening here? You have a 360, but more importantly, what was on the screen? Like, he was playing Call of Duty 3, and I was mind blown. It was my first taste of the Call of Duty franchise. I'd heard about Call of Duty, but I'd never actually played any of them. I've always played the Medal of Honor games on my PlayStation 2, and I never even played online because I never had internet until I was 13 years old, for crying out loud. And so once I got internet, I wasn't really trying to plug in my PlayStation to play online or do any of that stuff. I just played offline, right? So he's playing COD 3 online. He handed me the controller, and the gameplay you guys are watching here, this is not from me, it's not from him, it's from a guy I found on YouTube, but this was actually my first experience with the Call of Duty series. When he handed me the controller, this was the map we were actually playing on, and I was hooked. I fell in love with it, man. It was so cool. And that Christmas, Call of Duty 4 came out that November, and that Christmas, I got Call of Duty 4 and an Xbox 360, which of course I had to share with my brother, but I was happy just to have an Xbox 360. It was awesome. I didn't have to pay for it, and I was hooked. I really was, and I played every Call of Duty since then. And every year, they try something a little bit different, right? I mean, Modern Warfare 2 was much different than Call of Duty 4. Modern Warfare 3 was much different than Modern Warfare 2. Every year they do something different. No COD is the same as the game that came before or after it, right? Despite what haters say, COD does feel different every year, but at the same time, it feels very familiar, right? When you play Call of Duty World War II, for example, which you're seeing here in the gameplay, even though it's a much different game on a completely different system, it still feels like Call of Duty 4 to an extent, but it's also much different, right? That's why Call of Duty is so popular, despite all the competition that they've had over the past couple of years, from Battlefield and Titanfall and Destiny and Overwatch. All these great games keep coming out, but people still play Call of Duty because of the core fundamental values that make up the Call of Duty experience. Not to mention the single player, which is usually pretty good. The extra game mode, Zombies in and of itself, is enough for people to actually buy Call of Duty and play for hours and hours on end. Like, the third game mode is a big reason why Call of Duty is as popular as it is, and I really do feel as though it's the complete package. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't play COD nowadays as much as I used to, and part of that's due to the fact that I have a YouTube channel, but it's because over the course of the past decade, I've become interested in other things as well, right? I mean, I don't put in 40 days of playtime to Call of Duty every single year like I did when I first started playing. I think I would probably be burnt out and hate the franchise if I did. So, especially over these past couple of years when advanced movement became a thing, which really isn't my cup of tea, I started to branch out and play other games as well. I post Call of Duty here because that's what we do here on NerosCinema. That's what this channel is about. But I post and play a bunch of other games on Nero's Let's Plays as well because I've expanded my palette a little bit, right? It's a bit different. I'm not only a Call of Duty player anymore. I'm more or less just a gamer now. But one of the things about me as a gamer is once I decide I like something, I get super invested in that thing. Call of Duty is a great example, but another example would be Borderlands. Like, I have played and beat every Borderlands game several times to death. Like, I love the Borderlands franchise, and it also expands off into other things, like The Walking Dead, for example, which a new episode is coming out tonight. That's a show that I got super invested in, and that's just kind of how my personality is. When I decide I like something, I go full on into that. Like, when I found The Walking Dead, I was late to the party, right? It'd already been out for a couple of seasons by the time I decided to give the first episode a try, but I was hooked after the first episode, and I watched the first 2 seasons in one sitting. Like, I didn't go to sleep that night because I got really invested in it. So I think it comes back to how I was raised, what I grew up with, but at the same time, it's also just kind of my personality. I am a very loyal person. Once I decide I like something, I really do like that thing. People were pretty shocked to find that I'm a Cleveland Browns fan in the NFL, and they're like, Nero, how do you like the Browns? They've been terrible for so long. Believe me, guys, I know just how bad they have been. 1-22 now under Coach Hugh Jackson, but I still love the Browns. I still support them. I still watch every game because I love them, right? And the same is true for the Call of Duty franchise. Will I ever quit playing the COD series? Maybe. I really can't predict the future, but I will tell you guys, the one thing that would probably make me want to quit, because again, I've been through everything so far, is if Activision continues down the road they're on right now. I don't like a lot of the decisions that Activision has been making over the course of the past couple of years, and if they continue that, it continues to get worse and worse, I can see myself and a lot of other people actually leaving, and I hope that doesn't come to that because Call of Duty, in my opinion, has a bright future. It's like I said, you know, they could be remastering Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, they could be doing lots of really cool things in the future with Treyarch's next game actually giving us a full-fledged Vietnam game. There's a lot they could actually do, and I hope that we actually get to see all of that. I hope we don't end up all having to quit because Activision can't contain themselves when it comes to their greediness, right? I mean, it's one thing to add weapons to supply drops, but if they continue charging for maps at the same time and making it so there's lots of stuff in supply drops, then potentially ruining the feeling of Call of Duty World War II by adding crazy stuff to loot boxes, we're going to have to see how it plays out, guys. I'm definitely worried about the future of COD, but I'm excited about the future of COD as well, right? I mean, every time I've ever criticized Call of Duty, which is pretty frequent, I would say of all the Call of Duty guys, I'm one of the more outspoken ones. I don't have any ties to Activision. I don't get flown out to do events. I don't get anything from them, right? I'm not on the in, so to speak. I'm very much on the outside. I'm very much part of the community. Every time I speak out against COD, it's always coming from a place of love, right? I've invested so much of my life to Call of Duty. I was 15 when I first started playing. I'm 25 now, about to be 26. Like, a lot of my life has been dedicated to this game franchise, and I want what's best for it. And at times I wonder if the people making the games actually want what's best for the franchise, so that's why I'm so outspoken. But I love the series, and that's why I haven't quit, even though I have been making videos on the series forever, and I have been playing the series forever. And it's not as if I'm playing one game this entire time. I think that's also important to remember. It's not as if I've been playing Call of Duty 4 for the past 10 years. I have been playing a different Call of the game every single year over the course of the past decade, and even though they're all part of the same franchise, they're all very much different games that also feel quite familiar compared to one another. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you guys here today. I wanted to answer that question. Apologies if it was a little bit long-winded. I used to do videos like this all the time where I would like tell stories and just have a sit-down chat with you guys, and I thought today on a Sunday we would go ahead and do that. And if you guys could, down there in the comments, let me know what game got you guys into the Call of Duty franchise, and if there's a story behind it, let me know that story down down there in the comments. I'm sure so many of you have so many interesting stories surrounding how you found out about Call of Duty or when you first started playing Call of Duty. Let us know about those stories down there in the comments. And if I may, here at the very end of the video, thank you guys so much for watching. A big reason why I've been invested in COD for as long as I have been is because of you guys always showing up to my channel, checking out my videos, interacting with me. You guys have really made these past 5 years of my life the best years of my entire life, and that's one of the major reasons why I'm still playing Call of Duty to this day, is this community that we have here on my channel. So thank you all so much for listening, and once again, 12 days. We're 12 days away from Call of Duty World War II, and I am super excited about it, and hopefully you guys are as well. But until then, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Drop me a rating. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.